Okay, so hypertrophy training on a bulk. This is something a lot of people talk about where they say, oh, training on a bulk versus a cut is different. And it's not that they're technically that different, but there are a few different things to consider. So it's almost like at an individual level, you might want to be making some different decisions based on whether or not you're in a bulk or a cut. So the main thing I talked about recently on the channel when I said when you train in a cut, you have less available resources to recover from. Now a bulk is almost the opposite. So because I'm training here today, I will show you kind of an example in action. But basically if you're on a bulk, which I'm not, like in my real time, I'm currently on a cut. But when you're in a bulk, you have more resources available. You have more carbohydrates, which means you have more glycogen stores available to use for energy. So that's just stored glucose. For those who don't know, glycogen, stored glucose. So you have more energy available. You're probably eating more protein, might be even getting more sleep, might be doing more cardio to maintain your current body weight, and you might be doing more things that are actually allowing you to recover better. So when you're on a bulk, you actually have a little bit more freedom in terms of what you can experiment with and what you can do. So I would say that if you're going to periodize your volume to where you're doing more unstable movements, you're doing more lifts that are a little bit more fatiguing, kind of gassing you a little bit, that kind of thing should be done more in a bulk. If you're going to experiment, if you're going to change up your program randomly, if you're going to do all these things, they probably should be done more in a bulk. And if you're going to cut off circulation to your hand like I'm doing right now, you also probably want to do that on a bulk, not a cut. But we're going to do this incline chest press here, and you guys will see an example of what a really quality intense set could look like. And again, you'll want to do this on your cut and your bulk. I mean, you want to train with intensity no matter what. But you look at certain things like training to failure, training to 0 reps in reserve, using partials. All of those things have a little bit more wiggle room when you're in a bulk because it's just not as consequential if you mess these things up. So let's take a look here at what an actual working set looks like here. We got 3 plates and 37.5 on this Nautilus leverage shoulder press. It's getting pretty heavy to where I'm starting to not enjoy this, but we're gonna make it fun either way. Could you give me a lift off on here? Could you lift off on my first rep? Just deadlift it up. Deadlift it up on my first rep. Here we go. Got my boy over here. Give me a lift off real quick. So, no, you're good, you're good. Okay, here we go. First rep here. Okay, all right, so I'll tell you when. Do you hear me? Just grab the end right there. Oh, you're not even really able to. Yeah, just a little bit. If you could a little bit. Yep, I'll tell you when. Okay, you ready? Oh, I'll tell you when. All right, working set. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So that was 4 failed on 5. That's a perfect example of being in a situation where if you're gonna go for failure, you're gonna get partials, you're gonna do all this kind of stuff, do it on a bulk, don't do it on a cut. You're gonna have less resources available then. All right, so something that a lot of people also miss when training in a bulk is it gives you a little bit more leeway with doing certain things, including more length and position exercises. So if we look at what I'm doing for my chest right now, this is a flat press. And you know, with certain flat presses like from Hammer Strength, they're disproportionately hard at the lockout. I mean, there are a lot of tricep. This is a really good one here from Nautilus Leverage. It's very tough at like the bottom to mid positions. You're getting a good deal of tension here at the bottom in that length and range. And again, training things in the length and range is not a bad thing. It's very good a lot of the time. The chest is very active in that length and range. But the problem is that it does generate more muscle damage, making it harder to recover. So, for example, if I was on a cut, I would probably do 1 set of this. That's what I'm doing right now, 1 set. If I was on a bulk, maybe I'd say, hey, you know what, screw it, let's do 2 sets today. So it just gives you a little bit more leeway with pretty much everything that you're allowed to do. And you guys saw my previous set with the inclined chest. I did a partial there. And it's not that these things are huge deals, but you just do have a little bit more leeway with certain things on a bulk. So we're gonna do 1 really heavy set here. And again, I have to make things count on a cut. Whereas if I'm on a bulk, you know, if the set doesn't go perfectly, it's not as big of a deal. So you'd always just do a second one, just throw in a second set because you have more recoverable resources. Also on a bulk, you really wanna think about your diet, including putting a lot more carbs before your workout. If you're, you know, bulking, you have the opportunity to put on, you know, 2 Rice Krispies before a lift, you know, get some full sugar Gatorade, whatever it might be. You have the opportunity to do all these things before your lifts. Whereas, yeah, you can give me a lift off. Whereas, if you look at a cut, you don't have the freedom to essentially do that as much. So, my boys want to spot me here. All right, you feel ready? Yep, okay. All right, let me tie these a little tighter, 1 second. All right, we're gonna do a brutal set here of chest before I send you guys away. Remember, coaching link in bio, and always let me know about the format of the videos if you guys enjoy them. Just fill out the form in the bio if you guys would like to work together for online coaching or in-person coaching if you live in the South Florida area. So here we go. Yep, in 1 second. Yep. All right, here we go. You ready? Okay. 2 plates and 37.5. Okay. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Yep. You got it. Okay. Okay. That was it. Appreciate you guys hanging out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.